Welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the Weather Impact team with this Weather Impact Alert. Look at this video from a little bit earlier. This is in Cedar Key, Florida. This is near that Big Bend region that we have been telling you about, where we're seeing those most impacts there from Helene. And even though the center of the circulation is going to miss Cedar Key, this just goes to show you what can happen on the right-hand side of that circulation. Look at that flooding, look at the wind, look at the waves there, look at those boats that are rocking with those very strong winds in association with that. That's in the Manatee County area of Florida. Again, kind of around to the east more of the Big Bend region, and like not all the way to Tampa, but kind of between the Big Bend and Tampa is where this video is from. You see some of those trees tipping over, strong rough surf there. And that is actually before the eye even got anywhere close to that area. Speaking of the eye of the storm, landfall is imminent. We are getting closer and closer to an official landfall right now. There you can see that circulation still a Category 4. If you missed it just a few moments ago, we told you not only about the upgrade to a Category 4 when it went up to 130 miles an hour, but with the 9 o'clock position update, it was increased to 140 miles an hour. So that's a stronger Cat 4, not just a low-end Cat 4. It's a stronger Cat 4. It would have to get up to 156 miles an hour or greater in order for it to become a Cat 5. I'm not saying that's impossible, but we're getting closer to that landfall, and we're starting to run out a little bit of time before it can become a Cat 5. So here we are in Atlanta, here's the storm, and look between here, we've got all that moisture that's feeding in that's going to give us more rain. And if you think it's raining hard right now, or you think we have a lot of rain, it's going to get worse overnight. We're going to have more of this rain feeding in. The winds are going to start kicking up. We're going to have trees coming down. We're going to have power outages. That's just what's going to be happening here. As when this moves inland, it's going to track right through Atlanta, maybe Atlanta over toward Athens. I think the center of the circulation will be maybe a little bit to the east of Atlanta. That'll be better for us, but still not good news for the Athens area. Now, we've been talking about that center of the circulation and landfall. So that's just when the official landfall happens. We have, notice right here, that is the northern eye wall, that central dense overcast there on the northern eye wall. Some of that is getting closer. This black that you see right there, that is the coast there near the Big Bend region. And so that northern eye wall is getting ready to move over the coastline. It's not an official landfall until the center of circulation, that's that centermost part, moves in over the coast. That's when we have the official landfall. But that northern eye wall is getting close to the coastline there to potentially start that landfalling process. So I'm going to step over here real quick. I want to, y'all keep it right there on the band, but I just want to zoom in a little bit tighter to see what kind of names come up here. All right, so this is what we're watching. We mentioned Cedar Key, all right? That video that we saw from Cedar Key, that's where that came from right there. And then here's, as we get up toward the Big Bend region, we've got Fort White right here. And then over on the west side, there's Carabel over there, and once you go down that way, that takes you back down closer to Mexico Beach, Cape San Blas, and that area. So that eye, still over water, but it's going to be going north, making that landfall there north of Cedar Key and over to the east of Carabel. Also, look over into Georgia. We have numerous tornado watches in effect for the peninsula of Florida, South Georgia, East Georgia, up into South Carolina. We counted the number of tornado warnings a few minutes ago. I think we counted 7 of those. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings. As what's really interesting is the storm is over in the Gulf, right? But the bands are crossing over Florida, going out over into the Atlantic. This is one of the bands, one of the outer bands with that, out on the Atlantic. As that moves inland, it causes some rotation with that in some of those outer bands, and that's what's causing the tornado warnings along the Georgia coast, from Savannah down to near Brunswick and inland a little bit there too. We had a tornado warning earlier up I-16. Now look at this. Melissa mentioned earlier about the new tornado watch that was issued. It's pretty much including Augusta It's just outside of Macon and goes on down to the south. So in our viewing area, the counties that we are responsible for, none of those counties are included in this tornado watch, but we do think that chance, the higher risk for severe storms, is going to be mainly over to the east and also to the south of us. I want to check the airport again. It looks like the visibility has gotten a little bit better. We had some really heavy rain earlier. We could not even see the airport tower. We're seeing that now. The runways and taxiways are wet, and excuse me, at this point, we do not have any weather-related delays. Check your flight, though, if you're planning on going to the airport, because there may be some individual flight delays or even some flight cancellations. So here again is that track. There's that wind, 140 miles an hour, moving north-northeast at 24. That takes it inland to the Big Bend. Category 2 in South Georgia, a tropical storm over Atlanta, and then it falls apart up in Tennessee and also over into Kentucky. I want to get you over to Melissa.